The National Federation of the Blind of Idaho presents TJ and Leslie, Our Path to Home Ownership. TJ and Leslie are a young couple getting started in their lives together. They both have remote, work-from-home jobs, and recently decided to take the big step into home ownership in the Treasure Valley of Southwest Idaho, one of the most rapidly changing home markets in North America. We will start at their front door and follow Leslie as she gives a tour of their home, and then hear from TJ as he describes the path they have traveled so far.
Hi everyone, I'm Leslie.
And I'm TJ.
And this is our home. Alright, so if you come on in, on the right, as you are facing away from the door, we have a bench set up where people can hang their coats and their bags. And on the left we have this entryway table here. It's green, and it's just got some decorations, and it's got a mirror and some candles, and our little catch-all tray that we like to put our keys in. Over here we have a small alcove, and to the left is the extra bedroom. This is where, if my mom comes over, she'd stay, and it's really quite small, but hopefully comfy. And over here is our spare bedroom, or I'm sorry, our spare bathroom, which is actually not a spare bathroom because we use it the most. All right, and so this is our living room, and we spend quite a bit of time when TJ's in a meeting and I'm in a meeting. We split up and I actually work out here. And it's going to be wonderful during these cold months because we have our wonderful fireplace. It's a gas fireplace, and we've got a couple of chairs set up. There's our coffee table, our entertainment over here, and just a couple of couches. We like it. It's open and small and cozy, and that's kind of ticks all the boxes for us. We love it. All right, so in here we have a tiny little nook, and this is where we have our toy box. That is not for our children, that is for TJ's brother's children. And they are the most adorable little girls, and they come over and they play with those toys. In here is our master bedroom. It's pretty spacious, and it's got a ton of natural light. And over through here, I'll flip on a light here. Oh, we've got two lights, one for the vanity area and one for the shower area. So it's kind of a long and narrow place, but we've got the counters and two sinks, which is awesome. And then over on the left here, this is one of my favorite things. This is a walk-in closet that holds a ton of stuff. I have way too much clothes. And I'm really excited because as a blind woman, I really like to keep things organized, and I love different places to keep things set up. And that is it. That is the back portion of the house. It all kind of runs parallel to each other. And I forgot to mention, this is, if you haven't pieced it together, a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. The walls are white, the carpet is gray, and that is all we've got. So right in here, oh, there's Maggie. Right in here is our office. TJ and I both work from home, and whoops, so we've got our stuff set up so that we can both work. The one on the left is mine, and the one on the right is TJ's. We have a situation here. We have a small bench beside the window that is specifically for the dog. This was our original hallway bench, but she wanted to continuously sit in the window, and so we put it there and it stayed. And so it's got her dog bed, her blanket, and there's a small piece of carpeting in the window so that her paws, her nails don't scratch the wood. There she goes. right in this corner, this is where we keep all of our office supplies and our printer. All right, so out we go and back into the main hallway. It's a weird, strange, long hallway, but it's really great for activities, and it's a great place to throw the toy for the dog. And on the left here, as we progress through the hallway, we have our laundry room. Come in here and turn on the lights so you can get a look. And this is the big area. This is the main living area. As we come out of the hallway to the right, we've got the kitchen. And the first thing here on the right-hand side is the pantry. It's just sliding doors. Over on the left, we have the beginning of the counter space. And this is my favorite area. It's our coffee station. We've got like a ninja bar. The cupboard above has all of our coffees and cocos and teas and coffee mugs. And we've got a milk frother and a teapot, an electric tea kettle. We've got just a ton of counter space, which is one of the things we're really excited about because we do like to eat and cooking has to happen in order for us to do that. So counter space, we've got our stove over here, and our countertops are pretty jam-packed with different appliances. We've got a small oven, a toaster, an Instant Pot. We've got a blender on the left side of the stove with a knife block and some cutting boards. This area in here that's separated by the breakfast bar, and this is where we have our table and our chairs, and there's a Roomba over there. And then over here on this right and this like right back corner, this is Maggie's area. Maggie's our dog. So we've got her toys, we've got her food and water bowl, and here is our sliding glass doors. This goes out to the backyard. So let's kind of open it up so we can have a look. Oh, there goes Maggie. Maggie's just gonna go and tour along with us, I think. So we've got some patio furniture set out here. We've got a big wind chime that I got for my birthday. And we've got our grill. And then over on this wall, we've got this little panel. Okay, so yeah, this is a little remote control, and it controls our sunshade. So it's hanging from the part of the covered patio, and it comes down and it blocks the sun. Our yard is fairly small, and it is just a like rock and gravel path that goes along a small patch of grass, and we do have the area fenced in. The fence didn't come with the house. We did add that on later and split the cost with our neighbors.
So as Leslie indicated, this is a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, about 1,600 square feet, 1,564 actually. And we got extremely lucky. Not only when we were house hunting were we dealing with a pandemic, but we were dealing with a, to be quite honest, a low bank balance. So when we first started to get our house, we decided, I had originally just gotten a new job, and one of my first things after seeing my first paycheck was saying it's time to buy a house. And so we started going through the process, and I got in touch with a realtor that my parents had used before. Her name is Laura. She's fantastic. She helped us out a lot. And Laura got me in touch with the loan officer, and I was doing the loan application. And I remember his name is Michael, asking me, how much money do you have? And I think my answer was something like, oh, I got like $12 in savings. So we started with nothing, essentially, and except for a desire, and just kept going from there. Started looking at houses, started trying to establish what we wanted. And some of the things that we decided that we wanted was we would love to have a covered patio. A backyard was essential, because I don't have to tell you, and for those people that live in apartments with pets, In the winter when it's 12 degrees outside and 2 o'clock in the morning and the dog has to go outside, so do you. And thought it was time to nix that habit. And so another thing that we wanted was a fireplace. A third thing that we wanted was, it'd be nice to have a covered porch. And another pretty important thing to us, because although it wasn't in the tour, was the garage. Not only for storage, but we've got ourselves a weight bench and a Peloton and a treadmill out there. So we've got a little bit of a workout set. About a year into the search, just a little under, about 8 months actually, it was about May. We started this whole process in November of 2020. So really right in the middle of a pandemic. Started this whole process. About April or May, we were having the discussion of, well, what did we want to do? We wanted a house that badly. Were we willing to move outside of the area? And we had just started having the conversation of potentially moving back to California, where Leslie's mom's from, or moving to Oregon or another part of Idaho, simply to avoid the rising rent costs. One of our largest fears was if we didn't nail down something now, in 3 or 4 years, if we were in an apartment complex, we couldn't afford to rent there anymore. And so it was about that time a realtor called us and said, hey, I have one more thing for you. We have a conversation with Hayden Homes. Hayden Homes has a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house for sale. And so we went and met the representative from Hayden Homes, and she took us to tour our what would be new house. And at the time we toured it, there was nothing. There wasn't even counters. There was no floors. There was barely walls. And walked through, told us that we would have a fireplace, told us that we would have a covered patio, told us we would have a covered porch, told us we would have a garage, told us we would have nice coarse countertops, and asked if we were interested, and we said absolutely we were. I'm going to kind of take it back to the beginning again. We had originally wanted to get in on our subdivision. So everything went well. We decided, yes, we love the house. We want the house. It had everything we wanted. Everything lined up perfectly. And for the first time in this whole process, we didn't actually have to wait for anybody to. She told us that next time we came that we would have to, present them with a check. And I cried a little bit, but I got over it and presented them with the check. And we've been here for about a year. And it has been a roller coaster of a ride. Not only have we purchased this house, but we've added on to it. We've gotten ourselves a water softener. We had to put in a fence because when we first moved in, we had a chicken wire fence that my dad set up so Maggie wouldn't run away. And we put in a vinyl fence from Butte Fence, and Maggie still found a way out. And it's been a journey, and that journey still isn't over for us. As two individually blind, as two blind people, we have to figure out some of the things that are common everyday things, and we don't rely on the same techniques people do. We rely on our blindness techniques, and sometimes doing the completely normal thing of picking curtains or cooking a meal or taking care of the yard or making sure that the shrub is actually dead and having to pull it out, or some of these house tasks that we didn't imagine when we first got our house. Not only did we have to rely on our skills as blind people to overcome some challenges that we didn't anticipate, but we had to figure out how to accomplish certain things that we still don't know, potentially putting in garden beds next spring. There's a whole lot of things that we're looking forward to doing with the house, and we are extremely fortunate to have gotten the opportunity that we have. And it's extremely difficult for me to consider anything else. My realtor told us one thing to consider was that we wouldn't get our perfect home. But I think we lucked out and that we did. For our first time house. We really couldn't have been any happier.
Leslie's and TJ's gracious tour and down-to-earth description of their path shows that home ownership is within reach, and something that everyone can achieve.
The National Federation of the Blind knows that blindness is not the characteristic that defines us. With proper training and opportunity, we can live the lives we want. Blindness will not hold us back.